Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. In this video, we are going to be deriving the quadratic formula, which is minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, so this is the quadratic equation formula. We are going to be deriving this. Okay, so let me quickly erase this. So I'm going to take the general quadratic equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Okay, and now I'm going to divide each of these terms with a. So if I divide this term with a, it's going to be x squared, plus if I divide this term by a, it's going to be bx by a, and if I divide this term by a, it's going to be c by a equals 0. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this term to the right. Okay, so x squared plus bx by a equals minus c by a. All right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add b by 2a whole squared to both the sides. You'll see this y we are adding b by 2 whole squared in a while. So I'm going to add this term to both the sides. So x squared plus bx by a plus b by 2a whole squared equals minus ca plus b by 2a whole squared. Okay, so let's say we have this term x plus b by 2a whole squared. If you expand this term, we will get x squared plus b by x a plus b by 2a whole squared. This term is exactly equal to this term, right? So in place of this term, we can replace it with this term. Okay. All right. So let's quickly do that. I'm just gonna clear this out. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this term with this term. So it's going to be x plus b by 2a whole squared equals minus c by a, and I'm just gonna square this term, so it's gonna be b squared divided by 4a squared. Okay, so let's continue. I'm just gonna write this term as it is, so x plus b by 2a whole squared equals, and now I'm going to simplify this term. So I'm going to multiply c with 4a squared plus b squared with a and a multiplied by 4a squared. So we're just simplifying this term. So it's a basic math. So minus 4a squared c plus ab squared divided by 4a cube. Okay. So this term will stay as it is for now. So x plus b by 2a whole squared. All right, so now here in this term, we will take a common. So a, and I'm going to write minus 4ac plus b squared, and I'm going to write 4a cube. So this a and 1a from this cube is going to get cancelled, and it's going to be 4a squared, and this term will stay as it is. So x plus b by 2a whole squared. I'm just gonna do a little bit of rearrangement to this term. So it's gonna be x plus b by 2a whole squared equals, I'll write b squared first. So b squared minus 4ac divided by 4a squared. Okay, and now I'm going to shift this square to the right hand side. So when you shift square to the right hand side, it becomes square root. So we'll write x plus b by 2a under root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 4a squared. Okay, so I'll just write x plus b by 2a equals square root of b squared minus 4ac, and if you take a square root of 4 it's going to be 2, and if you take a square root of a squared it's going to be a. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is, so, and also please remember, when you take square root it's going to be plus or minus square root. Okay, plus or minus square root. Okay, so here also plus or minus square root. Okay, don't forget that. It's very easy to forget this plus or minus. When you take a square root, you always have to consider both the terms, plus as well as minus. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this term to the right hand side. So x equals minus b by 2a plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Since these two terms are common, we will write them as one. So 2a minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, so this is the quadratic equation formula. So this formula will give you the both the roots of the quadratic equation which you can't solve. Okay, so if you split this term, it's split this, and if you're trying to find both the roots, then you have to use this formula. So for the root one, so this is the general formula. So for the root one, you can use x equals minus b plus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. And for the root 2, you can use x equals minus b minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, and this is how you derive quadratic formula. So let's quickly go through what we did. So here I took the general quadratic equation formula and I divided these all these terms with a. So it's going to be x squared plus b by x, bx by a plus c by a equals 0. And I'm going to right shift this term. So it's going to be minus c by a, and rest of the terms remain the same. And now I will add b by 2a whole squared to both sides, and we will shrink this term to x plus b by 2a whole squared, and we will simplify this term, and we are going to be getting minus 4ac plus b squared divided by 4a squared, and this term remains the same. And now we will shift this square to the right hand side. So once you shift this square, it's going to be square root of, so it's going to be plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 4a squared, and the square root of 4 is 2 and square root of a squared is a. And now the next step is to right shift this uh, term. So it's going to be minus b by 2a plus or minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Since the denominator is same, so we can write it this way. So minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, so this is the general quadratic equation formula. So if you want to find the uh, root 1 of the given quadratic equation, so you can use this term, this formula, and if you want to find the root 2, you can use this formula.